Hey guys, it's MMA Vulture coming at you live with this week's best UFC bets for UFC Saudi Arabia, Adesanya versus Imavov. And this is a phenomenal card. There are a lot of bangers on this fight card. And let's go ahead and jump right into it with my lock of the week being Shamil Gaziev, and not only him, Muhammad Naimov as well. Parlayed together, you get a negative 143 money line, and I love it. I think it's great odds for especially two skillful fighters such as these two in Shamil Gaziev and Muhammad Naimov. Let's go ahead and look at their opponents. Their opponents are low-key mediocre, to be completely honest. If you look at Thomas Peterson, he has not gone up against the opponents that Shamil Gaziev has. For example, Jazeer Rozenstruik, who is fighting Sergey Pavlovich, is one of the better fighters and one of the higher ranked fighters, and Shamil Gaziev went up against him. Yes, he got knocked out, but he has been up against the best of the best, to be completely honest. Whereas you have Thomas Peterson going up against low to mediocre unranked fighters, and I just don't see him being able to beat Shamil Gaziev. I think Shamil Gaziev is going to have the power advantage. I think striking advantage is definitely going to Shamil Gaziev. I even think wrestling-wise, I think Gaziev is going to be stronger than Thomas Peterson. So it's going to be interesting to see how Thomas Peterson fares. I don't think he's going to do well, and I think it's going to be a brutal finish from Shamil Gaziev that puts Thomas Peterson down. And then on the next side of things, we have Muhammad Naimov versus Khan Ofli. Khan Ofli just lost in the Ultimate Fighter Championship against Marwan Santos. And now you put him in the cage with somebody like Muhammad Naimov? It doesn't really add up to me. If anything, he is going up in competition. So he's going to do even worse. I really think that this is an easier win for Naimov, who has been looking absolutely phenomenal, absolutely dusting opponents in the cage and looking good. And now he's just kind of being spoon-fed right here. A Khan Ofli, who looked awful in his last fight, got brutally dropped and brutally knocked out by Marwan Santos, and I believe that this is an even bigger step up than Marwan Santos, and I believe that Muhammad Naimov is going to deliver and beat the crap out of Khan Ofli. And that is my lock of the week, and let's throw it to my most confident picks for this week in these four. As you guys can see, we have Terrence McKinney first, sitting at a negative 500, and then the inside the distance sitting at a negative 350. I believe that Terrence McKinney can definitely beat Damir Hadzovic. I think grappling wise, he definitely has a grappling advantage. I think striking wise, he fares just as well up against Damir, who sometimes gets a little bit awkward and clunky on the feet. So I think Terrence McKinney has a clear path to victory on the ground, and even in the striking, I see him getting the better of the exchanges. I really do. I think Damir is a little awkward and clunky, like I previously said. I think he's a little bit slow. I think that at times he can have pop and kind of mix up his shots relatively well, but take that with a grain of salt. He really isn't the best, and I think that this is going to be possibly his last fight in the UFC. I think Terrence McKinney is going to get it done, and I think that he could ultimately lock up a submission finish on Damir Hadzovic. And that's why I have the inside the distance up there. And let's throw it to my next confident pick in Vinkis Oliveira. I like Vinkis Oliveira over Said Nurmagomedov. I think striking-wise, he has a striking advantage. I think he's super slick and elusive, kind of like Israel Adesanya and Nasruddin. They're super slick on the feet. They got really good head movement. And he also not only is a good striker, he's a good grappler, to be completely honest. He doesn't really show it because he likes to stand up and he likes to strike with his opponents. He has great grappling in the sense of takedown defense. He is relatively hard to get down to the ground, kind of like Israel. He doesn't show off his grappling, but he has really good grappling in the sense of takedown defense. It's hard to get him down to the ground. He's good at bursting back up to his feet. I believe that Said is going to have a hard time getting Vinkis down, and I believe Vinkis is going to try to maintain that distance, kind of pepper him with shots from the outside, and beat Said Nurmagomedov. I don't see Said Nurmagomedov beating him. I really don't. I think striking, he has a clear-cut advantage over Said. and speed advantage as well, and even explosive. I think he's got more pop in his shot. His power is a lot greater than Saeed, who kind of is a point fighter. But that is why I am going with Vincus Oliveira. I really think that he is a good underdog this week, and he is one of my more confident picks. And then let's throw it to my next confident pick in Sergey Pavlovich over Jazirho Rozenstruik. And I like this matchup. This is a banger matchup. I really do like it. But I think that Sergey Pavlovich has always been up there with the best of them, has always had really, really good striking. And I don't think it's just going to go away. I think that he's going to beat the crap out of Rozenstruik. And I think it's going to be brutal. I think that he's going to knock him out. His boxing is none other. He's got quick, clean combination. He's got really quick hands. He's got a huge reach advantage. His inside boxing is none other. I really think that Sergey Pavlovich has the advantage wherever this goes, even grappling-wise. I think that he would be able to beat Rozenstruik and be even stronger than him in the clinch. So I got to go with Pavlovich. I think that at a negative 335, you can add him into a parlay. I really think that he beats Rozenstruik. I really do. I think this is a step up in competition for Rozenstruik, and I think Pavlovich is going to be too much for him, especially with that reach, speed, and explosiveness. I'm going with Sergey Pavlovich over Jazir Rozenstruik. And let's go ahead and move right along to my underdog picks of this week in Michael Venom Page over Shada Bullet. And I know it's going to be a surprise to a lot of you, but I really think that his elusiveness is what's going to give him the advantage here. I think striking-wise, I think Michael Page is a lot more elusive. I think his head movement is better than Shada, who tends to get hit. Especially in his last fight, he was losing to Arman Petrosyan. And Arman Petrosyan isn't even the greatest fighter, to be completely honest. He's got relatively good striking, but again, I really think that Michael Venom Page will be able to outstrike Shada Bullet. I do worry about the leg kicks from Shada going to the base of Michael Page because of how wide his stance is, but I still think he'll be able to fare well against them. I think he's going to be able to outstrike Shada, just like he did with Ian Gary, and a lot of people didn't think he was going to be able to. We could possibly see Shada start using wrestling after getting peppered with shots from Michael Venom Page, which is exactly what I see happening. I think he's going to be too elusive for Shada. I think he's going to be able to tag Shada. He's going to be able to enter and exit the pocket with ease, kind of use that slick and elusiveness to get in and out of there and just pick apart Shada. And I think Shada's going to be like, oh crap, oh shit, I can't do anything, so now I gotta resort to the other thing, which is grappling. So we could possibly see Shada start grappling, but I still think Michael Venom Page will still be able to fare well in the grappling and shut down any of Shada's takedown attempts. So give me Michael Venom Page over Shada Magomedov. And then the next underdog, we have Nasruddin Imavov over Israel Adesanya. And I know this is another surprise to many of you, but Nasruddin is a really well-rounded fighter, striking and grappling-wise. He's got tricky submissions. He's got quick transitions. He knows how to maintain control of you when he gets you down. He's got even better striking, to be completely honest, with insane pop in his hands. He's got good inside boxing. He mixes up his shots really well to the head and to the body. He's got laser kicks as well. I like Nasruddin. I really do. Not only is Nasruddin really good and really well-rounded, I get that he's going up against an opponent in Israel Adesanya who's well-rounded as well. Like I was just talking about, it's hard to get him down. But I think that the early rounds are going to favor Nasruddin. I think he's going to be very relentless, kind of put that pressure on Israel early. And I think that the early rounds are going to go to Nasruddin. I think Israel in the later rounds is definitely live because Nasruddin sometimes tends to get a little bit gassed out. So I do worry about that, but I still think Nasruddin will be able to pull it off. I see him possibly even submitting Israel Adesanya, to be completely honest. He's also could knock him out. He's got the pop to do so. Nasruddin is very slept on. I really like Nasruddin in this fight. And Israel kind of is almost out of it, to be completely honest, because in a recent interview, he even said, if I go on to lose 10 more, my legacy is still there. So he's kind of already thinking about the fact that he could lose the fight. He's not really, hyped up on it if he wins. Like I don't really think that Israel is in the right mindset, and I think that is going to favor Nasruddin even more. And I think Nasruddin is very hungry. He's coming into this, he's wanting to get to that gold belt, and I think that Nasruddin is going to get the better of Israel Adesanya. And let's go ahead and move right along to my Degen props of this week in Terrence McKinney via submission to start it off with. I think Terrence McKinney has a clear-cut grappling edge over Damir Hadzovic. I think that he's going to be able to take him down with ease. I think he's going to be able to maintain control of him when he gets him down. I think he's quicker in his transitions. I think that Damir Hadzovic kind of struggles with getting back up to his feet when taken down. He doesn't have the explosiveness to pop back up to his feet. So that is why I think Terrence McKinney could lock up the submission. And that is sitting at a plus 100. I like McKinney via submission. I really think that he has the grappling skills to beat Hadzovic on the ground and absolutely demolish him. And then with the next Degen prop, we have Shamil Gaziev via knockout. I think that Shamil Gaziev knocks him out at plus 120. I think Peterson doesn't have the skill, nor has been up against the level of competition of Shamil Gaziev, to be completely honest. So I think Gaziev gets rid of him, and I think it's going to be in brutal fashion. And then with the next Degen prop of the night, we have Sergey Pavlovich via knockout, sitting at a negative 265, super live to hit. I think that Pavlovich is going to knock out Rosenstrike. I think it's going to be brutal. He has insane boxing skills, insane, devastating knockout power. I got to go with Pavlovich via knockout. I think he gets it done. And the last Degen prop of the night is Michael Venom Page via decision. I like Michael Venom Page via decision, sitting at a plus 275. I think he could win this via decision. I think he outpoints Shada Magomedov. I think that we could possibly see Shada start trying to grapple because of how slick and elusive Michael Venom Page is with his striking. So I believe that he definitely could win this via decision, and I think it's definitely going to happen. Give me Michael Venom Page via decision at plus 275. Great value. And let's go ahead and move along to my parlays of the evening. And as you guys can see, we got my parlays here. And I really think that we got some great parlays here. As these parlays go on, they get a lot more degen, a lot more risky, so just keep that in mind. And let's go ahead and start off with the first parlay in Naimov moneyline and Gaziev moneyline for negative 143. And that is my lock of the week. I think it's great odds. I think that their opponents don't have the skills nor the fight experience that these two have, so I believe that these two are a lock. And then with the next parlay, we have Naimov moneyline, Gaziev moneyline, and McKinney moneyline sitting at a plus 104. Like I said, Naimov and Gaziev are going up against fighters that just don't have the skill nor the level of experience that they have. And then you have McKinney, who has the clear-cut grappling advantage, is going up against Damir, who just hasn't been looking the greatest. And I believe McKinney is going to have the grappling advantage, speed, and explosive advantage. I think he's going to be a lot quicker than Damir. And then we got the next parlay with Naimov moneyline, Gaziev moneyline, and instead of McKinney, we got Pavlovich moneyline, sitting at a plus 121. I think Pavlovich knocks out Rosenstrike. I think Gaziev knocks out Thomas Peterson, and I think that Naimov is going to win via decision against Khan Ofli. I think those are three live picks. And then we have the next parlay in McKinney moneyline, Grad moneyline, sitting at a plus 140. Like I said, McKinney with the clear-cut grappling advantage. And then we have Grad with the clear-cut grappling advantage too. Striking-wise, I think is pretty even with Lucas Alexander. But I think grappling-wise, he has a clear-cut grappling advantage. And I think he's going to be able to take him down to the ground, garner that control time, and beat the crap out of Lucas Alexander, who just isn't really the best fighter. And then we got the next parlay in Pavlovich moneyline, Oliveira moneyline, sitting at a plus 212. Great plus money parlay right there. And then we got the next parlay in Oliveira moneyline, Imavov moneyline at plus 457. I think this is live to hit. I think Oliveira has a clear-cut striking advantage over Said Nurmagomedov. I think grappling-wise, he can fare just as well against Said, snubbing his takedowns, even landing some of his own. I think Oliveira is a dog, and I think he could definitely beat Said Nurmagomedov with his skills. And then we got Imavov, who's going up against Adesanya in what is going to be an absolute banger. I think Imavov is quicker. I think he's more explosive. I think that in terms of grappling, he's got trickier submissions. I think he's also got quicker transitions. So I am going with Imavov over Adesanya. And then we got the next parlay in Page moneyline. Imavov moneyline at plus 499. I think it's live as well. I think Michael Venom Page is more elusive, more slick of a striker over Shada Bullet, where Shada Bullet thrives as a striking. And if Michael Venom Page is the better striker, I don't see my Shada Bullet winning. That is why I'm going with Michael Venom Page. I think he's more elusive. I think he's going to be able to enter and exit the pocket with ease against Shada and get the better of him. And then Imavov, I think he's got the clear-cut grappling advantage. I think he's a lot better of a submission artist over Adesanya, and that's why I'm going with him. And then we got the next parlay in Naimov moneyline, Gaziev moneyline, Pavlovich moneyline, and McKinney moneyline, as well as Oliveira moneyline at plus 536. This is the Degen parlay. I believe that all 5 of these hit, and I really like this parlay, to be completely honest. And then we got the next parlay in some super Degen parlays coming up right here with Oliveira moneyline, Grad moneyline, and Imavov moneyline sitting at a whopping plus 1,014. Super Degen parlay right there. And then we got the next super Degen parlay in Oliveira moneyline, Page moneyline, and Imavov moneyline. Maybe you wanted to step it up a little bit. You didn't want to do Grad, and you wanted to do Michael Venom Page instead. At plus 1,315, this is the biggest super Degen parlay, and I still think it is live to hit. I really like all these underdogs that we have this week. I really think that they are live to hit, and I think that they are going to hit. The dogs are barking this week, and if you guys haven't, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, and make sure you guys go and join the flock. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!